Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, been going over a few things. Finals are coming up and all that good stuff. You know, college, yay, woo. Kill me now. But basically, what today I'm gonna go over is mesh versus normal ballistic style goggles. I personally use the mesh goggles, and I'll go over some of the reasons and the pros and cons of each one. First, I'm gonna go over the normal goggles. Normal goggles you can get in variety of shapes, sizes, options, colors, black, tan, whatever pretty much color. You can get it. I mean, you can also just color them yourselves if you want. The great thing about those is you don't have to worry about any BB shards going into your eyes or anything like that. They're pretty much universally accepted at any place. Any field. Some fields don't allow mesh, and they have their own reasons behind it. If you wear mesh and a field politely tells you that you can't wear it, they have their own reasons for not allowing you to use mesh, and you should definitely obey that rule. But some fields do allow mesh, like the field that I play at and everything like that. If you do decide to go with mesh, what I do want to say is watch out for BB shards. Sometimes people using lower quality BBs like .12s or something like that. The BB could shatter and go into your eye, but I'll go over that in a second. As far as the normal ballistic style goggles go, you also have a bunch of different brands and stuff like that, and some of them do better at not fogging than others. Some fit your face differently. There's Asian fit, there's other fit styles. So they pretty much have almost a fit for every face. They can tend to be a little bit on the smaller side. Some of these mesh goggles that you see are quite large. Now, the problem you do have with goggles is they will fog on you. Unless you're running like a dye mask, which is not a pair of goggles, almost any set of goggles will fog on you unless you do have like a turbo fan in them, something. But unfortunately, with like a turbo fan and stuff like that, you get noise, and some people just can't deal with the noise or whatever. But I wouldn't worry too much about that. So if you do want to go with a normal one, and don't worry about trying to find mesh goggles or anything like that, you can always just get a turbo fan. For some goggles they won't fit, some goggles they will fit. So definitely try to pair them up accordingly. Now, as far as normal mesh goggles go, you have still a variety of options. You have like tan, green, and black, and I don't think there's really any other colors, but they still cover the basis of the other, just main colors. So I wouldn't worry too much about that, it fitting your loadout or anything like that. You can also spray paint them. It's a little bit easier to spray paint the mesh goggles because you don't have to worry as much about getting the paint with the mesh and all that good stuff. As far as safety goes, most of the time, mesh goggles, if you get the right pair, you don't have to worry about safety. You're going to be just as safe as almost any other pair of goggles. You do, like I said before, you do have to worry about people using lower quality BBs and the BB shattering. I've had BB shatter since I use pretty much only mesh now. It's the way I roll with my setup and everything. I just like it a lot better. I don't have to worry about fogging or anything. I have had BB shatter, and they have like slipped under my glasses because I do wear prescription glasses underneath, and it doesn't hurt. It's more of annoyance, kind of like if you get like sand in your eye, something like that, or pretty much anything like, something like sand in your eye or like a bug or something like that. So I wouldn't worry too much about getting mesh. I mean, some people's eyes are more sensitive, and there is always the risk that you run. Sorry, someone just fell off my desk. But there is always that risk that you run of a larger BB shard actually doing damage, but I have personally not seen it. I haven't really heard about that ever happening. So if you do want mesh, you don't have to worry about fogging. You do kind of have to worry about BB shards, but that's if someone uses a lower quality of BB. But overall, don't really worry about that. Comfortability wise, for the most part, going to be almost just as comfortable. I wouldn't really worry about one being more comfortable than the other per se. One thing that might happen is sometimes I've noticed is the foam. The quality of foam around the mesh goggles has been known to be a little bit worse than some of the better higher end normal ballistic style goggles. But you can always get your own foam if that foam falls off and upgrade the quality of foam. It's like a quick 5-minute job. I wouldn't worry too much about that. They don't squeeze onto my face as hard as the normal goggles do, which I kind of enjoy. You will have a different like style of view. Since you will be looking through mesh, you're kind of looking through the holes between the metal, if you kind of understand what I say, compared to a glass. But you'll get over that pretty quickly. Other than that, I personally recommend mesh goggles. I'm just trying to give some of the pros and cons of each of the mesh versus ballistics or whatever, you know, hoopla there is, all that good jazz, cheesy stuff. I don't even know. And I'll go over later on mesh mask. It's a lot of similarities and stuff. But there's some differences. So I'm going to go over mesh mask versus mesh not mesh face mask. I mean versus the regular ballistic style mask. So I wouldn't worry too much about what is what. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Tired, school, I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, get whatever you want in the end. I have my recommendations, other people have their recommendations. I just try to point out what is what, who is who, and stuff like that. I prefer mesh. I would definitely recommend mesh. Sometimes you do take a slightly bigger risk with the BB shards, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this video, or at least thought of it as like an informational, you know, the more you know, all that good stuff. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video, which will hopefully be soon. I'm sorry I took like 3 weeks off, I know. But yeah, see you next time. Don't make me shoot you again, Carlos. Alright, I'm going around.